What is up, T.O.Gs? We've got something to do with an old friend today. Anybody have any guesses as to who that old friend is? I know you can see the trees blowing here just a little bit, but we have had, and this is one of the reasons why the bike is so dusty. It was covered in everything, but because it was so freaking windy yesterday, the dust don't care. It just blew up right inside the cover, got the bike all dusty. So yeah, the wind is just useless, but we were gonna do this video yesterday, but we're gonna do it today anyway. We are on our way to the place where we do all our mods at my folks' house because it's just easier. The tools are more accessible. Oh, flippin' heck. Son of a mother. Gotta love it when the light doesn't read me. I know that my wife is bringing up the rear here on the way over to my folks' house. So there's that, and we could wait. I'm gonna get more in the middle here. I don't like getting in the middle though because there's all this flipping grease and crap, and then it might not even work. So anyway, we are going to take care of an issue that arose when we brought the Fat Bob home.
Flashback.
I was hoping that there was just some minor thing that could be done to fix the issue with the Fat Bob, but it is not. I mean, I guess in a way it's still minor because it only cost me like $100 to buy new levers. But one of the levers is broken, and I could not find for the life of me just the one-sided brake lever, the stock brake lever. So I ended up buying a set of clutch and brake levers, and we're gonna install them today. You know, it's just one of those things where when I brought the Fat Bob home, I didn't want to have to do anything to it. I just wanted to have it, ride it every once in a while. But when you bring it home and there's problems with the bike that were not there when you had it, it's just frustrating is all get. So anyway, we're going to take care of that problem at the same time we're making a mod to the bike. I'm glad though that there wasn't some sort of electrical problem or a fix that would require me to take it into the dealer or something. So that is the one upside to this issue. And also I guess the other upside is that I get to make another video on the Fat Bob and share it all with you. And if this is something that you are interested in as far as getting this clutch and brake lever set, then there you go.
A few moments later.
Today we are going to take care of a problem that we discovered when we picked the bike up. So turn the bike on. This light will eventually come back on as you ride because what we got here, well, you can't see it right now. This is perfect. The brake lights stay on. So let me just pull on the brake, and as soon as I pull on the brake, boom, the brake lights stay on. And the problem here is that the lever is broken inside. Once we take care of this problem, or once, oh, the bike is so dusty because it's been so windy. Once we take care of the problem, I will show you what the lever looks like, and then we'll just get into the actual replacing of the levers, because I know many of you, that's the only reason you're here. All right, let's get to it. So we've got the Roland Sands Avenger brake and clutch lever set here. Quick little unboxing for you. Boom, all you're getting is the brake and clutch lever. Nothing more than that. There's no hardware included. All right, so for this job, actually removed, so these clamps were holding the clutch cable here to the frame. So pull those off so it's easier to work here with this cable. What you're gonna need, I've got a 1/2 inch and a 9/16 wrench and some WD-40. So we sprayed as best we could some WD-40 up over this sheath, and then it's pretty easy to pull up. So what we want to do is we want to move this bolt up to the top, and then this bolt here, the long one, up flush up against there. So then what you want to do is put one wrench on top, one on the other, and then not. There we go. Once that's loose, we can put that in. So we get to the top. So here, I move the top well. And this will give us the play that we need to remove this cable. So the other tool you'll need is some needle nose pliers so we can pull off this little, hopefully you can see this in the video, this little clamp here up off of the pin. And there we go. Oh, all right, so we lost the pin.
One eternity later.
So we pop that clamp out, and then this pin is easy as just pulling this pin out. Now, because we have the play here in this cable, and then there's this little plastic rod that you can just pull out. Boom. There you go. It's as easy as that. Oh, and it's nice and light. So if I had to compare the two, I think they weigh about the same, but I mean almost essentially the same exact shape as the stock lever here. So that's cool. I'm gonna pull this out and get this little plastic piece in there. There we go. I knew there was an easier way to do that. Okay, so we've got the lever in there. All thing left is to put the pin in. And there you go. So here's the thing. We're going to move this screw back down to remove the play out of the clutch cable. And what we're going to do is test, because you don't want the clutch cable so tight. This is what we're looking at. We want to still have a little bit of play there in the cable. We've got a clutch cable that works. Maybe we can remove a little bit more play out of that. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay, so that's there. We've got that bolt. Just gonna tighten this down. Don't need to tighten this down super tight, but we're just gonna tighten it pretty good there. There we go. And then put that sheath back down. Gonna attach the cable back to the frame, like so, and like so. That's back. This is back. Clutch cable's in. We're good there. Let's go on over to the brake lever. So, same deal here. We've got this little pin. There's a lot less to do here because this is going to come out much easier. But we're going to push this pin down slightly from the top so we can get access to this pin. Almost lost it again. There we go. Saved it. That's what we're looking for on the other side of the bike. That is the piece that's missing. I'm going to keep that in my hand so I don't lose it. Pop that pin out. And pull this lever out. So again, this just comes out because all this lever's doing is, now you'll see this is where it broke off. We tried to super glue it. We used epoxy, we used super glue. Didn't work. So we're just replacing the lever there. Gonna pull this out, pop that into the new one. So this is the piece that matches up against, if you can see, hopefully you can see in there, the button, that white button in there is what engages what that activates, once that button is let out, activates the brake lights, the rear brake lights. When it's suppressed, which is what it is when the brake is not being pushed, when you push the brake out, that removes the lever and turns the brake lights on. So without that little piece that was broken off of this lever, yeah, we had no brake lights. Or we had brake lights all the time. But we've got the new brake lever here. We're gonna pop that in there just because that's what was there already. So here's the thing. There's what needs to engage that. So when we're putting this brake lever in, we want to look in there and make sure that that's gonna engage with that switch. And I can see, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I can see that it's engaging there, so that's good. We're gonna pop this pin in, and then we're going to put this right back in. There we go. Boom. Pin is in. And put this back up. Boom. let's turn the bike on and make sure before we tighten everything down.
20 minutes later.
Oh. Alright. Well, this is it. This was the last thing to do here, was to find this pin. And we found it. Now, where's my pliers? There. Oh, this was the final touch. So the secret to this is to bend it, but don't bend the crap out of it. Because then you just don't want to weaken it. Alright. The clamp is back on. All we gotta do now... See if we can't go for a little ride without getting that light to come on. Here we go. Alright, maiden ride. I'm liking the way these levers look. Got a little fingerprints left on here, but what are you gonna do? The surface area on these brake levers isn't as flat. So it feels a little bit more like grabbing like the front brakes on a bicycle. I would say that though it does feel like it's easier to grab because there's not as much surface area. Like I feel like I can get my whole fingers. Oh, look at that. I've got holes in these gloves. That's awesome. Like I can get my fingers all the way around. And that's a good thing. But overall feel, it's very similar. I think when I readjusted this clutch cable, I did make it a little bit tighter, and I like the feel of that better. It doesn't feel as loose over here on the left. We still do have this wobbliness. I took the little plastic piece out of the bar that holds this lever in, out of the stock one, and put it in this one, and it wobbles a little less. We're riding a little bit though, and no light yet. That's a good sign. So overall, the difficulty on this modification on the bike with the brake and clutch levers, I would put it, I would say if you're comfortable making mods on your bike, just small mods, like, I don't know, like swapping out the mirrors on your bike, or like the headlamps on your bike, you're gonna be fine with doing this brake and clutch lever. It seems like a much more daunting task, but again, the actual process of it is not that difficult at all. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, actually let's go 1 to 5 as far as difficulty goes. I would call this 1 being the least difficult and 5 being the most difficult. I would put this at like a 1.5. There are some things that might be a little frustrating. There are some fine parts that you have to deal with, like the little clamps that go over the bolts that hold the brake and clutch lever in. That can be annoying, and you gotta have a little bit of patience. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. If you like this video, make sure that you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.